Hi guys, and welcome back to Fit with T. So I hope you guys are good. Today I'm going to show you sprint drills that you can do to help you develop speed. So let's get into it. Okay, so we're starting off with the A skip. So you may be watching this A skip and thinking, this doesn't look anything like an A skip I've seen before. Then maybe the A skip you've seen is what I'm going to call the regressed version in this video. So most times when people demonstrate the A skip or when they perform the A skip, they do this version, which is a single leg version where you hop with one leg down to 2 feet and up with the other leg. So one leg is hopping at a time. You come up with one leg, down to 2 feet and up with the other leg on the other side. So up, down, up, down, up, down. But with the A skip, I'm going to say the formal version, I don't want to necessarily say the correct way, because the other A skip, or the more popular A skip, does have benefits. So practicing the hop off the floor, practicing pushing down movement that we need, being reactive off of the floor. But with the A skip that I'm showing you here, you're practicing that switch, and when we're sprinting we want to switch in the air. We want to be able to switch our legs quickly, and so doing the A skip and the B skip, which I'm going to show you next after this, in this way is actually going to help you to practice that switch in action, practice hopping off of the floor still, but more relevant to sprinting, more specific to sprinting. The sprinting is done in the air, and you want to practice that switch in motion, which you're doing here with the A skip. So there's no 2-footed bounce in this version, but in this version you never have 2 feet on the floor, just as with sprinting you only ever have 1 foot on the floor when you're sprinting. And so that's the same thing with the A skip formal version that I'm calling it in this video, whereas the regressed version, which is the name I'm giving it in this video, you sometimes have 2 feet on the floor, and so that's why it's regressed. So with the formal A skip you are switching and you only ever have 1 foot that's hopping off the ground. So again, you want to be ready for that floor, dorsiflexing all the way through, and you are doing a double hop, and that second hop is to push your other leg back up, ready into that A position. The A position is basically where your leg is in a 90-degree angle. So you're switching in the air, doing a double bounce, driving the opposite arm to the knee. I'm sitting a little bit in this video. I'm being a bit picky obviously, but trying to get that hip through at the same time, that's one of the things that I have to constantly work on. But that is essentially the A skip. Okay, so the B skip is pretty similar to the A skip. So what makes it A is the first movement, which is when you bring your knee up, and the B is essentially when you straighten your leg. So as you can see, there's a slight straightening of my leg before I bring it back down to the ground. So whereas the A skip, I kept my knee in that 90-degree angle throughout the movement, with the B skip there's a slight extension before it comes to the ground. So it's almost up with the knee, slight extension, and then down, back down to the floor again. So that's the B skip. So you're practicing just like when you're running, you're doing that cycling motion. You bring your knee up, you extend it out, and then you bring it back underneath you. So the A is the first movement of bringing the knee up. The B is the second movement of extending the leg. So B is the same movement, still switching in the air, but having that slight extension of the leg before it comes back down underneath you. Okay, so next up I've got the scissor kick or scissor bound. And so I really want you to focus on driving your leg, your heel back down towards you. So really focus on the downward motion, driving your elbows back, keeping your feet at dorsiflex throughout the whole movement. So you're really driving your heel back down before you're keeping your leg straight and propelling yourself off of the floor up and forward each time you drive the foot down. So bouncing off of the floor, using your arms to really help propel you forward as well. Try not to sit again, and like I said, propelling yourself forward every time that you drive your foot down to the floor. Next up, we've got what I'm calling alternating high knees, which is essentially 1 2 up, 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 1 2 up. So what you're doing here is little hops. The 1 2 is a small hop, and on the third, and on the up, you'll bring your knee up and down as quickly as you can, up and down as quickly as you can. So 1 2 up and down as quickly as you can, and you're really hopping off the floor, staying bouncy, keeping your feet dorsiflex throughout the whole movement, using your arms efficiently, driving your elbows back. So up and down quickly helps you work on that reactive leg. The 1 2 up, 1 2 up, 1 2 up. And obviously if you're going over a longer distance, I'm going over a short distance in this video, but if you're going over a longer distance, you can get quicker and quicker and quicker, faster and faster as you go further over a distance. So next up I've got fast foot A. So this is a combination of the scissor and the 1-2 up, but this time one leg stays straight doing a scissor bound and your other leg does an A motion. So remember, the A motion is basically when you're sprinting and you're going through the cycling motion. The A is you bring your knee up, the B is that slight extension that you have when your leg comes out straight, and then obviously then you bring your foot underneath you. So in this drill with the fast foot A, one leg is staying straight, and the same way in the scissor you want to make sure that leg is driving back down on the floor, and you're pushing yourself forward off of that. The other leg is simultaneously, or as your leg, let's say your left leg strikes the floor, your right knee comes up and down in the A, so it does a cycling motion and comes down. With fast foot A, the same knee comes up all the way through. So I also want you to imagine I was to put a little hurdle, a hurdle that's ankle height, a hurdle that's calf height, and then a hurdle that is knee height, right? Now, you could do this drill where you choose to start off where you only cycle or you only step over. Imagine all the hurdle, you only step over at the height where you only have to step over an ankle hurdle, and then you can increase how high you're bringing your foot or your knee by stepping over a calf height hurdle, and then you can imagine that you're stepping over a knee height hurdle, and so you can increase how high your knee's getting and how quick you're moving your leg as you go over distance. Or you could just do it how I'm doing it in this video, where I'm just doing the same height throughout the whole time and you're just trying to get quicker and quicker and quicker. So you've really got to drive your elbow back, you've got to be explosive in this, and obviously these drills will help you to develop speed, because when you do run it is explosive and you are powering off of that floor, and you've got to practice those things in your drills, otherwise there's no point doing the drills. One leg stays straight and one leg does the cycling, and then you can alternate on the way back. Okay, so that is fast foot A. And the last drill that I'm showing you is high knees. Again, you've got to use your arms. Your arms always play an important part in sprinting, and so you practice that even when you're drilling. So with the high knees, driving opposite arm to leg back. Try not to sit. Again, I'm sitting a little bit, but it's something to keep practicing all the time. So again, you can practice getting quicker and quicker with this drill. You know, you can start off slowly and increase how quickly you're going until it's as fast as you can. Bouncing off of the floor, being quicker and quicker and quicker, dorsiflex all the way through. Try not to sink into the ground when you land on the floor, but being ready for the floor by having a dorsiflex foot, land on the ball of your foot and coming straight back up again with the opposite leg. So I hope you guys enjoyed these drills. Let me know in the comment section below, do you do any of these drills already? Are you going to add any of them to your training? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like this video, guys, please give it a big thumbs up to help me accelerate my channel. And if you're enjoying the content that I'm making here, please check out my Patreon, where you can support me for a small amount monthly, which just allows me to keep creating content like this for you guys. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe now and make sure to hit that bell, and I'll see you guys next Friday.